In the absolute zero of the Arctic night, the only sound is the rhythm of a heartbeat deep beneath the snow. Under 3 feet of solid ice, a giant wakes, not from fear, but from the instinct to hunt. With a powerful thrust of her paws, the mother breaks through the frozen roof into the blinding spring sun. For the very first time, 2 small fluffy cubs step out into a vast white world.
She sniffs the cold wind, searching for the scent of her primary survival fuel, seal blubber.
Starving after months without food, the mother leads her cubs down toward the shifting pack ice. Standing nearly 9 feet tall when erect, the male polar bear reigns supreme over this frozen realm. His massive paws act as natural snowshoes, equipped with rough pads to grip slippery blue ice. Out here, every step is a calculation, and every breath is a fight against starvation. Beneath 3 feet of solid ice, ringed seals swim, bound to the surface by mole breathing holes. A polar bear does not chase blindly. He is a master of patient stealth. Hours pass in freezing temperatures, but the predator remains as motionless as a statue. Tension builds as tiny bubbles ripple on the dark water surface inside the hole. A seal's whiskers poke out to test the air, unaware of the giant shadow looming above. In a fraction of a second, a deadly paw smashes down with crushing force. With incredible muscle power, he hauls the massive prey straight onto the slippery ice. Scavengers assemble from miles away, waiting for leftover crumbs from the king's feast. When sea ice fractures, the hunt transitions from land to open water.
Built like an amphibian, a polar bear can swim continuously for over 6 miles.
Using floating ice chunks as cover, the bear sneaks up on a resting seal. He erupts from the waves, like a tidal wave of fur and claws. The agile seal dives sideways into the safety of the depths, just in time. A failed hunt means lost energy. The Arctic leaves no room for mistakes. When 2 giant rivals cross paths, peace shatters into brute conflict. They clash like titans, giant jaws snapping and claws locking in fierce dominance. The weaker male backs away, yielding territory and mating rights to the victor. Meanwhile, mother bears must remain vigilant to protect their vulnerable young from aggressive males.
Curious and playful, the cubs turn survival lessons into games of wrestling on snow.
A giant walrus haul-out presents a high-risk opportunity for a hungry bear. One slash from a walrus's lethal ivory tusks can prove fatal even to the Arctic king. The bear tests the herd, searching for the old, sick, or young isolated at the edge. Wise bears avoid healthy adults, choosing caution over deadly injury. As summer heat arrives, the frozen platform begins to melt away. Without sea ice, polar bears are forced onto land, fasting for months on end. They scavenge for kelp, bird eggs, and whale carcasses to conserve vital energy. The cubs look to their mother, waiting for the cold winds to return. Distances between ice platforms are widening, pushing bears to their absolute physical limits. Storms lash the melting Arctic, turning the sea into a wild, unpredictable battleground. The brown bear mother fights through rough waves, keeping her cubs afloat against the current. Finally, autumn brings the freezing temperatures back to the northern horizon. Patience pays off as new white bridges lock the ocean once again. The mother leads her grown cubs back onto their true home, the frozen sea. Near a fresh lead in the ice, a young bear prepares to make its very first independent hunt. A true symbol of strength, resilience, and majestic solitude. As long as the ice remains, the king of the Arctic will never fall.